Justin is 10 years old and lives with his mother in an apartment in the city.
This is not your typical word problem.
Twice a month, Justin goes to visit their building's landlord. He has sex with the landlord so that his mother doesn't have to pay rent. As long as Justin complies, the landlord will not evict him or his mother. Trafficking or not.
But it is a lesson happening in our schools. Lessons for our educators on the signs of sex trafficking.
Educators are uniquely positioned to identify the potential for child sex trafficking and preventing it, as well as intervening very early.
And so my hope today is to really bring you some of that knowledge and awareness.
Leaders put their heads together and developed a pilot program to teach the teachers about the signs of sex trafficking.
For about 6 to 8 months, we just sat down in a room and put our heads together and came up with this pilot program. And mainly what we did is we used the expertise of Araminta and let them take the lead, and the other partners kind of did our piece. And 4 years later, here we go.
Maryland leaders jumped on board with the plan. The group identified 3 districts: Baltimore City, Baltimore County Public Schools, and Prince George's County Schools.
And all 3 superintendents, without batting an eye, said that they were in. So what we try to do is educate folks on not what the human trafficking looks like, but what some of the warning signs. If you think about it with a toothache, the pain is saying something else is going on. So we're trying to educate the educators on what does that pain look like.
She thinks they are in love, but he tells her she is costing him too much money and must earn her keep through prostitution. When she tries to resist, Mike becomes verbally abusive and threatens to kick Liz out because she obviously does not care about him or their needs. So Liz agrees because she wants to prove her love for him. One of the things that happens is when a trafficker starts grooming a child for trafficking, things in their life start to change. So a child who might not have the means to have, or whose parents might not have the means to provide for certain things, might start showing up to school with new clothing or jewelry or an extra cell phone. And a teacher is uniquely identified to see those changes day to day.
Oftentimes our children that are involved in pimp-controlled trafficking, it's not a once and done. It's you will do this 10 times, 15 times average today if you want to come home and eat, if you want to get your hair done, because I got your nails done.
So is it attendance? Is it a certain style of dress? Or language is a big barrier. There's a whole different subculture of language used for individuals that are involved, rather it be on the trafficker side or the person that's being trafficked. So helping educators know those buzzwords and the language behind it so they can kind of be aware to that and tune in their classrooms.
And so one of the things that we've really loved about this pilot is that it can be a preventative measure as well. That child might be talking to adults online that they don't know, and we can flag that before they're ever exploited and provide mentoring services through Araminta to help prevent that from ever becoming an exploitative situation. Every
time we have a training or a meeting, for me, the gratification of seeing those individuals in the training shaking their heads, or after the end of the training, they're coming up to you and they're saying, I have this case. So it's showing us that this is working. It is needed, and it just keeps us all hungry to continue to grow and educate educators to protect the kids of Maryland.